So for this question, they're asking you to simplify each of the following and then evaluate given A, B, and C. So first thing you have to do is you have to simplify. So I have A is negative 2b times a to the power of negative 3b to the power of 4. What would you want to do with this?
Bring the A down.
Don't flip until the end. Okay? Especially in this case, you can actually just add and subtract. Right? You don't need to flip right now. You're creating more work to yourself. Okay? So can I just add my exponents?
Yes.
Right? So I can do right? So I can add my exponents for this one, and I can add my exponent for the b, which is going to give you a to the power of negative 5, b to the power of 5. Okay? Now, because a still have a negative exponent, I can bring it down to the denominator. I didn't have to do all the work from the beginning. Okay? Because sometimes you might end up with a positive exponent and then you have to flip it if you flipped it already. So that's going to give me b to the power of 5 over so you're bringing that negative exponent to the denominator. Now since I have my answer, all what I have to do is I have to replace with a 3, well no, with a negative 2 and a with a 1, so your answer is going to be negative 32 over 1, which is just negative 32. Is it wrong to switch first? It is not wrong, it's longer, right? And you will have more chances of making mistakes. Okay, let's look at the next one. What would you do with that one? You have a division. So what do you do with the exponents? Subtract. So you're going to take the exponent with the same base, and subtract. So negative 4 minus 1. And then b, what? 5 minus 3. And c, 2 minus 1. Okay? So that's negative a to the power of negative 5, b to the power of 2, c to the power of 1. Okay, if you want to write it as positive exponent, what would you do?
Take A to denominator.
B squared C over A.
So the b and the c stays in the numerator. You bring the a to the denominator, and that will be a to the power of positive 5. And now I can plug in my numbers. B is negative 2. C is 3 over 1. So what's negative 2 to the power of 2? 4. 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 1, so my answer is 12. What would you do with the next one? Distribute. Okay. So distribute that 5 to everything inside the bracket. So that's going to be 2 to the power of 5. So that's going to be 32 times 1 times negative 32, no? And what is that equal to? negative what?
10, 20.
Okay, last. What do you want to do with this one first?
Same. On the power of 2. So, for the denominator, distribute.
So distribute that cube in,
Yes.
okay? So you can, if you want, what you were saying, right? You can do that. So what Jenna was saying is that that 25, if I make it the same base as the 5, so I can write this as 5 squared, just so I can simplify things. Okay, 25 is 5 squared. You can do that if you want. Then distribute that cube in.
Yes.
So that's going to be 5 to the power of 3, a to the power of 3,
And b to the power of 2.
and b to the power of 2. So you see now, by doing this, by making that 25 as the same base, which is the 5, then you can subtract the exponent for the 5. Okay? If you don't do that, then you can simplify. That's fine. You can do 25 divided by 125, and then you can simplify. So that would give me 5 to the power of negative 1, because 2 minus 3. And then for the a, it will be a to the power of negative 2, because 1 minus 3. And b is 1 minus 2, so that's negative 1. You see that all of them are negative, so I'm going to bring them all to the denominator. I have to. Okay? So what do I have left in the numerator is just 1, because you're bringing all of this to the denominator. So it'll be 5 to the power of 1, which is 5, a to the power of 2, and b. So that if I'm going to replace a with 1, is it?
Yes.
And then b with negative 2. So that's going to give me 1 over negative 10.